Hey there, and welcome back to Cursed Seeds, an educational monster train series where we struggle through the toughest challenges around. In this one, I was told by the submitter that they felt strong, were overly confident, and then ultimately got destroyed. It's interesting, this 8 minutes, 4,176 score run. Depending on how many pact shards are taken, this could be ring 2 or ring 3. Definitely one of those two. 8 minutes is pretty fast. I mean, this is a great case for when you're playing alone, you tend to go a little quicker. I know that if I ever got through to ring 3 in 8 minutes, good lord, what am I doing that day? That's incredible. I don't think it ever gets there for like 20 something minutes. The clan combo itself is Penumbra plus Hellhorned, which is not bad, right? If you get Architect or something here, you can create a Rage stacking floor, which is pretty cool. Monstrous is fine. Shade Splitter is acceptable for chump blocking in various cases. And then Hellhorned in general is just a very solid clan. I feel like it has just a lot of good choices that can get you there. So overall, this seems like it should be okay. We'll have to see what they struggled with. It could be a couple things. Obviously, if you take too many pack shards in the early game, you can get sent by Talos or Daedalus or whatever. Another option here is sometimes you can make bad choices in the early game and get sent by something like High Priest of the Light, right on Ring 2. For instance, if you have like a horned warrior with 5 HP, and you stacked Rage on him, oh no, he gets shot in one and dies to High Priest. Like, that could be a problem. It's hard to say. So, this is kind of a weird one. I do want to let people know this was submitted like 3 days ago. And the reason I decided to do it is because there was a weird thing that came up recently where a whole bunch of curse seeds on my list got removed from the challenge links. Like, the challenge links were destroyed. And that sucks a lot. And I figured out I didn't figure out what happened because something is weird. The Shiny Shoe folks told me at one point after a purge several months back that the way to keep seeds around was to open them. As long as someone opens them and views the challenge once every 30 days, then it should stick around. But something weird happened. A whole bunch of them, even ones that I was viewing, got culled all at once. It really looks like they did a purge of some kind and just picked the ones that were getting played the least and nailed a whole bunch of these. So that sucks. I mean, I don't know what else to say there. It's unfortunate. So I'm kind of just going out of order here. I'm going to just do these and we're just going to do our best. I apologize if you submitted one and it got eaten by the universe. It's my bad. It's an inevitability because I have 3 different series that I play on the channel, and I think the balance is good for the channel. And I also think that it is informative. They're all informative in unique ways, which I think matters. I think if I were doing all curse seeds all the time, I think I would struggle just finding the time to record that much because these episodes are longer, inevitably, because the runs are harder, which means that I have to spend more time on them. And yeah, I mean, when you're doing that, it's difficult for me to. It would be very hard for me to put up, I don't know, 6 hour and a half to 2 hour long runs a week. I mean, it's almost a part time job. That's tough. So, playing it this way, spreading it out a little bit, it's better in general. Anyway, that's about as much I'll say there. We are on a 13 win streak currently. We had a pretty aggressive run with Big Sludge infused into an Animus of Will, playing a little risky with the Burnout. We had an Endless Entombed Explosive with a Devourer inside of it, really strong for clearing waves. The run felt particularly informative and educational because it really had to coalesce into something strong. It didn't feel like it was dominant in any way. And so I feel like it was really informative, right? I feel like you could get a lot of value out of it. I would actually highly recommend watching it if you skipped it. One of my better episodes in recent history, I would argue. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for you. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get in on this run, yeah? Yeah, let's do it. I'm a little annoyed because I was recording earlier and we had a random power outage. And the power outage, normally this wouldn't be a problem. I could stitch runs to get the recordings together. It just deleted the run in Monster Train though. The whole run was gone. It was some other run. I don't even remember what it was at this point. I was just really mad at the time and I had to step away in the middle of my recording session and just do something else. So that was unfortunate. But aside from that, I'm doing fine. I hope you're all doing well today. And yeah, let's dig in. We are default Umbra, default Hellhorned, a solid clan combo. We have pings and shade splitters. Take these. Pushback Talos, Curse Arcus, and Sap Seraph with Space Prism, Fledgling Imp, and Void Binding. Really good start, actually. I'm always happy having Space Prism. Makes Intrinsic strong. It helps a lot with setting up the floor. Good. Fledgling Imp is excellent. I think there's no universe I feel bad about this. He opens up Endless in shops, which is excellent, and is just generally a very powerful offensive scaling line. And Void Binding is especially good because I can put it on a Shade Splitter, or rather a morsel from a Shade Splitter in the front of a floor to tank a lot, and you just eat the morsel so you don't have to struggle with the Ember Drain, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. I want to see where the person died. Is it 2? No, it's 3. Okay, so it's a 3-floor kill. Talos. It tracks. Alright, let's see. Temple's on 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. So we're backloaded, which is great news. Means I can take as few shards early as I want. We have steel shops on 8 with the dupe. Nothing fancy. On 7, it's not great. It's a really good trinket shop opposing that. We have trinket shop, Vortex Caverns. Another trinket shop removal on 6. Let's see. Wait a second. No steel shops in the mid game at all. That's really scary because it means that... Oh, no starting money either. This is interesting because it means that I'm going to struggle with re-rolling these steel shops, and if I whiff on Endless, I may struggle in the mid game as well. So that's good to be mindful of. I want to conserve money and only spend it on really powerful stuff here, in my opinion. Yes. Cool. Okay, so there's that. What else is there? Steel shops back on 2 and 3. Let's see, banner situation. Forced Hellhorned on 2. We have a Hellhorned and Umbra on 3 options and a Hellhorned on 4. It's okay. It's fine. A Hellhorned run, it looks like, so that means I will snap Architect if they show it to me. Well, Golden Vault early is a trap, in my opinion, for a lot of reasons. It's really good as a relic, but the problem is you should be open to trading a little bit of pyre health in the early game to get things like unit drafts and stuff, but that's a bad trade if it drains all of your resources for early upgrades, because it prevents you from actually snowballing. So I would skip this here, and instead I'm going to take Drop Cage because we could see a hidden passage here or something else. It's a good clan combo setup for it. Technically Cave-In qualifies as well, but it's bad. Don't click Cave-In, it's a bad card. We'll take the Perspective Drop Cage. I think it's fine. Unfortunately, no Architect today. Glutton is terrible, never click it. We take Monstrous. Even if they show me Fossilized Fangs, that's like the only case where I consider Gorge genuinely, and even then it's really bad. I don't really feel strong enough for this Horde here. It's not impossible. It's not... Oh, I don't like it. We don't have a good ping. It would take a lot of torches to punch through the backline. I think we skip this. We move on. This is a bait, but in my opinion. I can take the spikes here. Totally. Good. I'm going to be looking to get Collector and a lot of different stuff. Shade Splitter. We take these. Seems good. I can put the Jeweler downstairs, tank that a little bit, do 5 at least. Give me a torch. Good, good, good. I want the money. I take the Shade Splitter here, 10 times out of 10. I'm going to shoot on bottom, or on mid-floor. Get rid of the back lines. Double torches. Although what I should do is I should Fledgling Imp instead, because they kill themselves on the spikes here, and the Rage will help considerably here. Yes, I can save a lot by doing the Torch in the back up top, the bad Shade Splitter, but I can and should put a Train Steward in front. Seems good, yep. Cool. We do Weight of Contrition, Shade Splitter. I'll take the Ember here, and I will Void Binding and... Ooh, how much is this? 3 Ember Drain. We get the Ember back, so 4. Do I even need to? I don't need to. Right, so instead you just do this, right? You play it middle and take the 17 here. That's fine. Sure. We're okay. We got it. Yeah, whatever. I'm not even worried about it. Easy. Cool. Good job. Bonk. Yeah, I just had to run that math real quick. Alright, Space Prism, Mind Collapse, Making of a Morsel. If I were seeing a forced Umbra banner, I would take the Making of a Morsel here, but it's going to be a forced Hellhorned banner, and we didn't get a unit draft here, so in that case, I'm a little bit concerned about it. Mind Collapse is fine. I think it's worth grabbing here. Takes a 10 in piercing well. It's also good for going up to 15 shards. I can pop a 9x2. I think it's worth it. Sure. Hornbreak, Ritual of Battle, or Molting Imp. It's always Ritual here, right? Even though I have the Fledgling Imp, this takes a -2 well. There's no reason not to, and we're liable to have extra Ember anyway, thanks to things like Shade Splitters. This broadens our deck in a lot of ways, which I think is correct. We're guaranteed to go looking at this banner. Multi-strike and +25. Well, it's not great. Steelworker is fine. I mean, we take Steelworker. I don't want to give him a multi-strike, though. You could give him the multi-strike here. That's tough. That's tough. You know, obviously, multi-strike Alpha Fiend. Why don't I click this? If I had Architect, I might seriously take Alpha Fiend here. But the big challenge is he's too slow. Think about this. I'd rather take an Imp, give it Endless, and just play that into literally anything, and that scales faster than Alpha Fiend on hitting. Alpha Fiend is basically only functional, in my opinion, as a desperation play, or with a sweeper for that strike +5 nonsense. So it's always Steelworker here. I'm going to look at the Temple. I'm going to take the -2 into Ritual 10 times out of 10. Piercing, I could put that in Mind Collapse. That might be a little aggro. This is Pushback Talos, though, which means that immediately with Pushback Talos, 10 in Piercing is very valuable. Multi-strike Steelworker. This is fine, but man, I don't love this. I think re-rolling for the Endless is better, even if I whiff. I could give him a +25 if I'm scared. I'm thinking, how scared am I? I think I might be scared enough to do that, at least. Sure, I can still afford the re-roll here. Quick, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Save our cash. I want to be able to re-roll this next Steel Shop. We're going to not do anything else, and we're going to move on. Fine. Unit draft, for sure. I'll take the trade here on this. 15 shards means something gets upgraded. It's unfortunate I can't do much, but I will do Penumbra, Fledgling Imp here. I will do upstairs the Steelworker, and it'll be okay. Good. I'll take the Ritual upstairs, 10 times out of 10. I'm going to ping on the middle and save that hit, and I take Shade Splitter, and then I'll put the Train Steward in. It's good to have something that can absorb some of this armor, in my opinion. Bottom floor is looking not great, but that's okay. We Shade Splitter here. 28, 29 damage. I'm going to ping. We're going to leak here for sure, friends. We take some damage, and that will have to be okay. 29. I'm going to ping some here. I want to guarantee. Yeah. Not great. Ooh. You do the Fledgling Imp here, right? We kill 2, which is actually huge. I could get another kill. I really want to do Void Binding on the bottom. Does he get a second hit ever? 10 comes in, 10-1. Blocks both. He swings. 10-1. I mean, he gets another round. And I accept the 1 damage up top. I'll take these, yeah. I probably should put another Train Steward up top to absorb here. It's not bad, right? It's good, actually. Yeah, sure. It doesn't change anything, but I'm fine with that. It saves some HP. Cool. Take the 1. I'm okay with that trade. Honestly, it could have been worse. What's coming up? I think we take the Mine Collapse in the back because it sets it up for a possible Torch next turn. Yeah, we take these. I didn't need it, but that helps a lot. Cool. Good job. Great news. All right, we take this. We get the unit trial. I'm looking for, I don't know, anything. Immortal Trade into Monstrous Penumbra, 10 times out of 10. And Vent is tempting here, but I think a third Fledgling Imp is correct. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason is because I might miss Endless, and I have a huge drought on Steel Shops in the mid-game, which is horrifying. And I didn't take the Multi-Strike, which is kind of scary as well, because I might have bad units too. So more scaling is good. Having another Fledgling Imp, good. Density, we take these. Rail Beater is my pickup here. 10 times out of 10. I could put Steelworker into it. Yeah. Yeah, we take these. Now I go to the Steel Shop and pray for Multi-Strike, Endless, or both. Okay, that's a large stone. Multi-Strike, Endless. Whew, alright, good. Multi-Strike, Rail Beater. We take these. Too bad I couldn't have gotten the quick from before in him, but that will be okay. I'm going to look at this Hellhorned banner. Another Steelworker, another Rail Beater. I could just leave this Steelworker in front for my Rail Beater floor. It's actually pretty good. And then I use this Steelworker for the infusion. Sure, that's actually great. That's a good pickup. I then do bad Steelworker into Rail Beater here. Strong. Yep. We look at the Merchant of Steel. I could take this Shield Stone and give up on this, but I also could take Quick at some point. We have enough HP that I'm okay with this as is. What if they give me a tiny stone here? Well, if they give me a tiny stone, I just put it in the Steelworker and it's fine. Purge? No, I don't think so. Spell Chain? Spell Chain on Ritual? No, I don't want to. We'll stay at 40 here. I think it's a lot safer. And if I'm really scared, I put another plus 25 in Rail Beater, but what am I doing next floor? Probably this Magic Shop, so I'll save my cash. Grab this Caverns here. Well, money is good if I can benefit from it. Petty Theft is nice. I do love Heaven's Gold, though. We're going to take Heaven's Gold. This is just such a good relic. Let me just tell you about it. You leak a mid-game heavy that might do like 40 damage to you. Turns out it only does much less. We're going to move on. 40 is safe. I'm going to probably stay at 40 into ring 4 as well. Unless I get super strong here. We at least got a multi-strike, is all I will say. We at least got that. kill the mid dude here. We take that. I could play this fledgling imp here, which kills the front line. Sure. Good. Drain Steward. Yeah, fine. It's okay. Like it. It's fine. I should do Steelworker up top, but I'm going to play the Shade Splitters first, or Shade Splitter. Did you ever Void Binding him down there? Don't think so. It's too early. Obviously not good. Get some armor in. Like it. We need to scale. Okay, bottom floor he lives, which means I can click this Immortal trade and feel real good about myself. This is what? What are you? Pushback. Oh, I'm gonna tank that hit then. Sweet. Yeah, that's good. We take these. It's a good pushback. Bottom floor, he's back alive. Great news. I'm going to Rage Imp upstairs here. Ooh, friend. Not good. I should consider the Rage Imp in the back to kill and save this 5 damage. It's gotta be correct, right? Yeah. Off by 1. If I had torched another time, I might have gotten it, but it's fine. And then we Fledgling Imp in front up top. And that works. We take these. Bottom floor, he is alive somehow. He hits pretty hard too. We take that. I do the 6. I should do the 6 on middle here. Yes. And then we put the Shade Splitter. Ah, Lifesteal. That's just way better downstairs, isn't it? Not by a lot, but it is better. Fine. He did fine. Good job, bud. Good job. Shade Splitter, sure. Put it upstairs. Here, have some Train Stewards. You at least do 5 damage that way. We get through this. Yeah, it's not pretty, okay? But we do get through it. Yeah, it's enough. It is enough. We're going to look for something a lot better. I'm a little scared for the mid game here. Shroud Spike. No. Kindle is bad. Blazing Bolts is bad here. Yeah, no dice. Rail Beater, Steelworker, Crucible Warden. No, these are all bad. I mean, they're not bad. Obviously, I have some of these cards already, but I do not need them again. And eventually, what I would like to do is have Endless and an Imp, and then duplicate the Rail Beater and get rid of this other Steelworker. So, fine. Oh man, Shadow Arcus, yeah. Penumbra helps here. I can take draw and disrespect the littlest bit, I think. Penumbra helps. I'm going to go left. You can buy the first Magic Shop upgrade. I want these removals. -1s are okay. A holdover into Ritual is nice. Or I could potentially give it a -1 and then just dupe it a whole bunch. Where are my dupes again? There's obviously the removal dupe on 5 that I didn't mention earlier. It's the only one up until ring 8, unfortunately. Don't love that. The removals are value, though, just genuinely. And the right side gives very little. I don't need a Hellhorned banner. I mean, we go left and we just see what we're shown, I think. The Vortex, I'll consider some options. I don't know, what is it? Remove Consume? Not great. Do I go 0 here and then duplicate it? Or do I go and hunt Magic Shops? Because there are 3 in the mid-game here, right? I think we just make this 0 cost and duplicate it. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I'm going to put a +10 in the Mind Collapse, so it's marginally better. I go to the removal dupe, so I should... 40 damage. I do like that the Heaven's Gold value, right? How badly do I need a removal here? I took draw, so not terribly. I'm going to save that Heaven's Gold, yeah? I get 2 removals anyway. We're going to cut... Train Stewards are pretty hard to play, I think. But I also do want to eventually be cutting other bad cards. I think these are tougher than most choices here. Torches aren't bad. I'm going to cut a Shade Splitter here, I think. Yeah. Remove a card that is repeatable through the run. Monstrous 2. I hope we see an Intrinsic later so I can take maybe double draw or something. We save our money. There's no way I click this Horde because 40 shards is safe right here. We can backload a lot. Arc of Invasion is maybe not free, but it should be pretty free or close to it. This is good enough. Penumbra downstairs. Beat the hell out of that bottom. Good. We do Shade Splitter up top. Steelworker, and I play the Fledgling Imp in the middle here, which clears the floor. Sure, dude. Get it, Imp. It's Space Prism, Steelworker. For sure. We Train Steward middle because I want the money. I feel really bad about this Quill Marksman beating the hell out of Penumbra. And we move on anyway. It's a shame. A true shame. We get the money at least, which is something. Give me a way to keep Penumbra alive, please. Do you ever double Fledgling Imp here up top? It's pretty good, right? That's pretty solid. Even with the Ember Drain, that's just a lot of rage. And that's all of them, right? So that's fine. My man is alive downstairs, but not for long. Ooh, he might live, actually, yeah? Because I can do the Mind Collapse here. Give me a good morsel. It's not a good morsel. Oh, he dies no matter what, actually. That's a shame. Crunch, you hate to see it. Goodbye, lad. Wish he could have lived, but... Shade Splitter up front saves more. Take 5, it looks like. Not great, but fine. Ritual in the back, good. Shade Splitter says, yeah, we save 6, it's good. I'm going to ping 1. This 10 damage in Mind Collapse already paying for itself. Huge. 1 curse here. Shade Splitter, sure, every little bit matters. Not going to give the Slay trigger here. Give me, I don't know, a torch maybe? Sure, we're fine either way. Great news. Cool. Nice. Get him, Imp. So I took 5. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm going to snap click the engine upgrade that's really strong into Shadow Arcus. And just good generally. I'm not using imps on or things on all floors. Imp in a box could give me Transcend Imp, Rage Imp, or other cheeky nonsense, so we will snap that. It's a fine pickup here. The other ones, Pyre Chomper, Impressive, they're not really that good here. They're not terrible, admittedly. We're going left. This is kind of foretold, as it were. We take money, we cut cards. Train Steward. Honestly, more Train Stewards. Probably get a torch out soon. I'm going to duplicate, where is it? The ritual. Immediately, think about how worse my run is if I don't have these rituals, by the way. These are huge. I don't have an endless on this imp. I want cash. Do I want cash? I'm walking into a trinket shop. Yeah, I'll take cash here, I think. Will I? 3 temples? Nah, truly, I'm not going to, actually. We have 455 gold. We're fine. I can buy some stuff from that. Can I take the Seal of Aggression? Maybe. I think so. We're low enough on shards, I think I can get away with this. I think I can get away with it. Now, what if you put Penumbra upstairs? It's kind of an interesting choice. Because putting him downstairs just gets him killed, no matter what. He's dead on this turn. So, I mean, I could play him upstairs, or I could not play him. I think he's good upstairs, right? Sure. He does a fine job up here. Cool. We'll do Morsel, Jeweler. I'll play the Ritual on our friend here. It's fine. I'm going to shoot at least one of them downstairs. Okay, that's pretty bad. That is straight 50 damage incoming. I should maybe have considered that. Start ritualing upstairs. Create big floor up there. I could put this fledgling in middle. It saves his life. It's not ideal. Penumbra just straight up perishes upstairs if I don't play the Void Binding. So I'm going to play the Void Binding. Shocker. 10-10. We can do Fledgling Imp here, and it hits 50 through. Well, 2 in the middle here. Which saves a bunch. I should respect this upcoming wave to the best of my ability. Great. Okay. I shoot one on middle. We torch one. I do want to get this Pyre Chomper in. For sure. Yes, Pyre Chomper face tank. We love it. He also shoots this guy. Good. I take 12, it looks like. Which is okay. And then you play the Welder Helper middle. He lives. I haven't seen either Space Prism yet. Look at this, seriously, bottom decking both Space Prisms. Dang, I need to keep my man alive upstairs. Sucks, but it's fine. Cool, cool. Bad draw. Well, we actually do okay. I have 1 Ember, which means I can keep him alive. He lives, at least. Tough. I put a Train Steward in front. Or, no, you ping 1. Wow, does this work? And then we put Steelworker in front, and we actually get it. And then you give him the Immortal trade in the back here. Wow, okay. I need torches very badly. Behold the power of Mind Collapse. Wow, we actually take this, don't we? Unbelievable. Wow, we totally take this. That's scary. I think we could have lost This trial was horrifying. Collection of Tails is value. I actually only took 6 damage for it, but that could have been so much worse. That was very risky, by the way. I think it was incorrect to take that. It was close, though. And really, this is a great example of me going, I don't think we lose, and being a little aggro to try to get ahead, because there are good relics here that help a lot. Honestly, Collection of Tails does pretty good work here. We're going to be spreading a rage across units, so that's cool. Prism Retrieval is solid. Eventually, it grabs just an imp, which is cool. We take an imp. Sure. I don't want another Impalate here, or I mean, rather, Imp in a box. The rest of this doesn't matter. You could have taken Battering Ram, but it's expensive. I anticipate that being trouble. We're going to go to the Trinket Shop here. I have the money to do some damage. I get HP back. Show me something fun. Light's Gift, Queen's Tail. Light's Gift, Queen's Tail. Light's Gift. Yes. Incredible. Light's Gift. Queen's Tail? Maybe, probably Queen's Tail. Spell Chain. Consider options. Tenon Piercing. Mind Collapse. Imp into Imp. Can always come later. I'm looking for an Endless. What does this Spell Chain do for me? Verdict. Nothing. I think the only real consideration here is Tenon Piercing into Mind Collapse. It's pretty much it. Clocking 20 damage units is good with the Piercing. Yeah, this is worth it. This hits a lot of good things on the Divinity. We'll take it. Cool, save the rest. Cutting cards means we save all torches in this run. We're going to drop Train Steward and a Shade Splitter here. Sure, I like that. Queen's Tail is very strong. I intend to be playing imps quite a bit. You could re-roll this and look for something else. There are some pretty good hits. This is a great example of, do you take the potentially good relic now? It's fine for the moment. It is contingent on seeing an Endless, which is somewhat scary, admittedly. Somewhat scary. I think we spin it, because think about what else we could see here. We also could see something like, oh, I don't know, double summons. Is that really the only other one that I would be super happy about here? There's got to be some other stuff that I would jump for joy over. Let's get the logbook. Relics. Gurg's Goat is huge if I see it. I would take Resonant Shard in a heartbeat. Railhammer. Okay, I lied. Even Imp Sickle is really good. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of good hits. I don't think Queen's Tail's guaranteed to be good enough. Resonant Shard is considerably stronger here. Excellent. Well worth that trade. Oh my gosh, this is good. We're good. And we have low shards. I need money for the steel shop. Good thing the steel shop has money. So we save our remaining cash and we move on. Cool. Cool. Feeling reasonably good about this here. We should get through Arcus. No problem after these good hits. Trample Shard. Okay, well. Looks like this dude walks on me. Hate that. Shade Splitter. Steelworker. I will Ritual on top. And I'm going to ping out the 9 damage guy at least. Take a curse for that, unfortunately. Feels bad. Shade Splitter. Steelworker. Yeah. Fine, at least we clear the bottom ones, no problems. What is up here? That's a rally shard. I can't play the imp, unfortunately. It's tragic. It's tragic as heck. I don't even want to play the Imp in a box. I'd rather redraw the Imp in a box than anything else here. That's unfortunate. I would love to have played that. Okay, we get the Ritual at least. A lot of good options here. We will play Morsel up top. I'm going to ping one lad and then shoot the other. And that helps. Sure. Mid-floor is going to look scary here if I can't find a good solution. This is Fledgling Imp. Shoot him. Man. Really just whiffed it on keeping Penumbra alive, sadly. What do I redraw? It's an Imp? I don't want to do that right now. It's a shame, but we should hopefully be able to do something upstairs. Ugh. Hate this. Hate it. Imp in a box says, well, behold my pyre chompers. I'm going to double ping here. A little awkward. We take some hits, sadly. What is that? 37 plus 67 is 104. So a single torch on the front dude gets him killed in one shot, saves me 6 pyre health. Okay, we take these. And I just ping... I guess I could save the one in the back, but I don't care. He's not giving me a curse, so I really should use these torches for good. We're going to pop 1 and pop 2 then. Fine. Oh, he has melee weakness. He's fine. It didn't he actually have it. Cool. Incoming Ritual... Fledgling Imp. What is this number? 88 and 16 is... That's 104, isn't it? 12? Yeah, so you just... Boop. Neat. Cool, cool, cool. Fortunately, keeping all my rage helps a ton here. We just play another Imp here, and it's... fine. Our floor is suddenly looking wildly good. Good. Cool. In fact, great news. I play the Void Binding here. We shoot the dude in the back. I guess I don't even need to. It's fine. I mean, he's gonna get hit anyway. It's whatever. Sure. Here, have a morsel. Get it, bud? Cool. I think we're fine. That extra damage shield helps a ton. And then we just put a morsel in front and he takes this hit and we're good. Oh, he gets eaten actually because he's dazed. That's funny. Honestly, pretty good though. Obviously, will be better if I get an Endless on an Imp, but it's good. Furnace Tap. Last Stand. Last Stand is better here? Yeah. Yes. I'm going to take space or draw. I think it's draw, and then we pivot off of Penumbra if I don't see the intrinsic on Space Prism. It's a little sad. What could... I don't know, that's tough, right? Space is guaranteed to be good. I guess you... I mean, the problem is... I don't need the space. I have the Space Prism. I'm going to take draw. Just hard risk here. I don't need Penumbra that badly, and I'd rather the rest of my deck be good. We're going to go to every steel shop because reasons. Large Stone is bad here. Quick is no longer necessary. I guess I should have looked at the temple first. That is a huge mistake on my part. Whatever. Monsters 3, we just go all in and hope for the best. Huge gamble. Yeah, unfortunate. Real bad. You know, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to hold out because I could see a... What is it? I could see the Imp infusion, and then I would do That was a huge throw. I mean, Glutton is going to be really bad too. I don't know, 80 damage is also whatever. We move at 75. I could see the infusion on 8. Can you tell it's late and I'm tired? 4:40 a.m. Ancient Hate. Ancient Hate is pretty scary. Yeah, screw it. I think this is worth the risk. I need this money. Can't play Penumbra on this combat. Sucks to suck. I do yeet a Prism Retrieval here. Just think, it could have been my Rail Beater. Penumbra, no. It's fine. It's fine. I'm over it. Alright? I'm over it. We're okay. We got this ritual here. What's the worst that could happen? Look, they gave me a Molting Imp, okay? We're totally fine. Incoming Fledgling Imp. Excellent news. Now he becomes impossible to kill. Great. Space Prism. I seriously consider Last Stand right now. You think I'm kidding, actually. It's super correct. We just click Last Stand for the immediate jump, and we don't do the Void Binding nonsense. I'm going to shoot something on the middle floor because it scares me. And I consider shooting this imp so I can play another imp. I like it. Fine. Good job. Cool. Great news. Yeah, and look at this. We get imp. Imp. I shoot this imp. There is value in leaving this imp alive, actually. We'll do the space engine upgrade here, and we chill. Cool. In fact, great news. We're fine. Look, I realize I didn't even play into the Space Prism in a place where it would let me put Penumbra down. I don't want to talk about it, okay? We're actually mad geniuses, and I won't hear a word of it. You shoot the middle one here. I guess we ping first, and then we do it. Amazing. We are very powerful at the video game. Cool. Okay. I mean, we're doing alright here, yeah? Penumbra is unplayable. Penumbra is unplayable. Now we put this Fledgling Imp in the back because... Oh, actually, interestingly, you put the Fledgling Imp in the middle, and it changes everything. We do big ritual back stairs here. Cool. Sure. Fine by me. It's not pretty, but it's enough. And truly, what more could I ask for? It's not pretty, but it's enough. I can actually technically shoot out one of these dudes, which is pretty cool. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. We're pretty good, actually. I think we win this combat, even though I literally didn't play Penumbra at all. And then you just... Oh yeah, oh yeah. You just play down a bunch of morsels, and then we take the Void Binding in the front, and we're chilling. Incredible. You know what? Sure. Great. Huge damage. Good. This is going to make it a little tough to play double of those if I miss the... What is it called? If I miss the Endless. Am I going to take Crucible Extension because I'm really scared of Penumbra not being played? No, I don't care about him. Get out of here, bud. Alloy the Ancients, though. You think I won't? I will. That's such a good card. We go to the Steel Shop, dupe. Higher health, intrinsic, maybe? No, not today. Well, Penumbra, sorry, bud. Sorry, champ. Not sure what I expected out of you. Hell's Banner, Shadow Box, Faulty Loader. Give me an Endless, please. Give me an Endless, please. Okay, game sucks. Woof. Woof, indeed. Okay, so now I'm scared. You ever take Rail Beater here? No, absolutely not. I was going to say, you ever take a large stone? Hell no. We just take a battle stone, I guess. Wow, that sucks. Okay, bud. I'll look at the trinket shop. We'll re-roll this. I don't need these other things. It's fine. Lightstone casing? No. I mean, what do you do with the lightstone casing, yeah? Spell chain into what? Last stand? It could be worse, right? It sure could be worse. In fact, it's actually pretty good to do this. Okay, friend. Yeah, because I don't get the self-infused imp, because to hell with me, I guess. We duplicate Rail Beater now. Incredible. It's fine, right? It's gotta be fine. Yikes. I think I have to duplicate Rail Beater or I am actively throwing. And I think we just cut cards, or we walk in it with 100 damage pyre health. I think we do take the cheap cuts here. It's good to do so. And in truth, I think we do cut a couple torches, right? I don't need this many. Because again, I don't have the need to kill all my imps. There's only so many of them. So we cut a torch. I think I might cut the 90 gold torch as well. Yeah. Lower those numbers a little bit. Abandoned Umbra is actually not awful here. Is it worth 22 hit damage a hit? Maybe, right? Maybe. I think it is. You may ask why the heck I think this. There's a lot of value in random morsels here and there. Oh, I mean, not really in the Divinity. I actually don't think it is. We walk up with 85 damage here and we chill. 105 out of 100. This run is bad. Just FYI. It is bad. We're not strong here. 10 in piercing torch. I don't need to. We have good relics at least. I'm going to move on, and we're just going to hope for the best. Yikes. All right. 105 out of 100. Let's go. No endless, no second multi-strike. That sucks a lot too. Obviously, if we had gone the other direction in the early game, we could have a steelworker that has a multi-strike here. I thought about removing him, by the way. He's going to bait, though, is why I like him. Yo, he's playable. Just hit. All right. Look. Just high roll. Just high roll. Probably should have put that morsel down first. I was contemplating putting in the steelworker and decided against it. Let's get it, bud. Oh, there he goes. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Yeah, I did just do that, I know. It's weird, I agree. Play this at 2 Ember, we kill a man? You think I'm kidding? Yeah, check this. We play this at 2 Ember, but... I sure would like to play Last Stand on this turn. I think I would rather keep Penumbra alive. And now he gets the Immortal trade. Huge swing. It's a really bad Last Stand if I do this here. Instead, I will Prism Retrieval. Sure, bud. And then we put this fella in. He'll be hard to get killed, but I think it will be correct to do so. Yeah. Let's get it, Penumbra. Alright, he's gonna live for a little bit now. I said a little bit. He makes it. He's fine. Yeah, all this Ember Drain is unfortunate, but it's fine. Get it, bud? Turns out 100 HP is usually enough to keep the lad living. Good. I take the Space Prism upstairs. Infinibox says Impish Scholar. Ritual goes in the back. I do really want the engine upgrade here. What's in here? Could be a Space Prism. I'll play the Imp, yeah. Space Prism. Okay. I want the engine upgrade. Good. Bonk. We take the bonks. Okay. This is good. Except this Imp is now invulnerable. I really would like to play more Imps, it turns out. Just Imp plus Imp is pretty solid here. Yeah, this is really good leading up into that that big play, right? That big play being Last Stand. I will ping one of the dudes on middle for sure. We're doing 700 of the boss, by the way, so we're actually just super chilling, and I really shouldn't be that concerned here. Here, die Steelworker, I suppose. He tried. He tried and failed. Here, I can actually do even better. Here's 10 life back, bud. Top floor's looking pretty good. Cool. He should go middle. Hey, we take these. Cool. I do a ritual. And I double click Last Stand here, and I'm pretty confident that is huge. Penumbra gets some immortal trade value, and we're chilling. Cool. Good. Great, in fact. Penumbra did excellent here, okay? I just don't want to hear anything else. I can shoot two in the back. This is actually great. Cool. Get it, buds. Alright, we get it. Penumbra, meanwhile, is just a trooper who does 1,000 damage, by the way. This is just one of those things about Penumbra that I think is just incredible to me. He just says, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna do 1,000 damage, and you're just gonna have to live with that. And the rest of the game goes, you know what? Okay, man. Okay. Just crunch this. He does great work. I don't love Penumbra, but at least he has runs like that. The ability to do something like that is just disgusting. I'm just going to toss this Void Binding in front, right? It's fine. Sure. Let's go. We super win. Yeah, he actually does not even get through my dudes because of the bonk bonk. Yeah, huge. Good. Okay. I think we actually feel pretty good here. That Last Stand is doing humongous work. It's not obvious. Missing all Endless does kind of suck, but it could have been worse, right? We could have, I don't know, completely whiffed on such good relics. That's a really unfortunate setup, but I mean, it's good because we get Space Prism for Penumbra. He comes down and does something, and even gets the Immortal trade, which is pretty dope. It doesn't work, I know, but I say it doesn't work. It doesn't work because he hits damage shield, so it kind of sucks, but fine. Bonk. Don't die, friend. He is the dead. Let's look at this Imp in a box real quick. I think... How important is Penumbra here? That was a real bad turn one. If he had gotten the other wave here, I think this looks much better. I don't think we put Steelworker upstairs quite yet here. I think we Space Prism up top. I'm going to take the rituals and spread them out a little bit here. I will play double or single Fledgling Imp upstairs. I think it's correct to do so. Okay. Goodbye, Penumbra. It's a real shame. Yeah, hate to see it. Now, the next question, of course, is how do I win? Torches, good. I like torches. Fledgling Imp is fun here. You could do the double Last Stand right now. I don't think that's correct, right? I think you do Shade Splitter, which this is strange, okay? I think you do Shade Splitter. We play the man. I think we play the Imp. And I think we have to click... Why did I play the Shade Splitter? Great question. I was considering doing the Void Binding into it. We're staying even on the floor because they gain 10 armor, they lose 10 armor. I think we do have to click on Last Stand or we straight up lose. We play one of them here. Yeah, I think we just have to do that. Cool. We take some damage. It's actually a lot of damage, but it'll have to do. Top floor looks real bad, friends, but we do get through the big scary lad, which is good. I need to do it with 2 Ember, so it's Alloy up front. It's Shoot This Man. And then it's Engine Upgrade. We Prism Retrieval and hope for the best. Actually pretty bad that we got Steelworker there. I really want to hit the Imps. We're looking to ramp here as quickly as I can. I need to be killing a unit every turn, pretty much. Bad. I could Fledgling Imp in front and give him the Void Binding, which kills the front dude, and then it's 135, 135, 135, 135. Probably correct here, right? Okay, that's good. I can potentially do even more by Ritual in the middle. This puts him at, what, 180, which is enough because we get 180, yeah, okay, so check it. We do this. That's rough. Ooh. Oh, it's because he dies to the spikes. So it's 2 kills. Oh, no. Of course. Nasty. Oh, very nasty. Well, it's a real shame. Not dead. You know why I'm not dead? Heaven's Gold. Alright, dude, I'm not dead because Heaven's Gold is an incredible thing. We are going to buff in the back here. I need to play Fledgling Imp here. There's a serious argument for keeping a Fledgling Imp alive on this floor, by the way. So what you do is, I think you do it, right? Fledgling Imp. Fledgling Imp. 405s, it's pretty good. I think this clobbers a lot here, yeah? We're actually okay if I do this, right? punch 8-10 through. Okay. This is enough damage to one-shot the enemies, which is really the most important thing here. I'm going to stick the Steelworker in back here. It's weird, but it's good because it means that... What does it mean? Why would I do this? Why Steelworker in back? I'm considering it mostly because it punches out this Conduit, right? Because these guys are strong enough to 1-1-1-1, and then Conduit Man takes it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do this. And then I will toss the Ritual in the back here. Will I? Why would I put it in the back? Put it in the front, man. Oh, I can just shoot this dude. What am I even talking about? Well, I'm kind of dumb. I don't want to talk about it. I'm kind of dumb, okay? It's fine. It's fine, man. I don't want to talk about it. We got it. We got this. We're good. We nailed it. I live because of Light's Gift and Mr. Shards of the Pyre. You know what? Incredible, right? Incredible. I just shoot a man in the back. Why not? It's great news. I put like 400 damage through if I kill one of these units. It doesn't really matter which one, so... Okay, we'll just do it on the next floor. Fine. Bonk, 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 bonk. We've stabilized, okay? Look, we did a great job. I don't want to hear it anymore. We're doing excellent work. And then if I decide to, you put a Void Binding in, because this just kind of super secures it, I believe, is my general opinion on this. He now gains armor. It's Ember Drain, but we at least have some life. I'm going to be trading, like, Pyre Health here. It's okay. Huge value. We're okay, we did it. Hey, look. Monster Train, the video game. It's really close and actually quite scary. Wow. Horrifying, in fact. Hey, look, we kept him alive. I don't want to hear it. Never again. We did it. Good lord. Well, that was a run of Monster Train, the video game. Look at this. Heaven's Gold. Hell yes. 85 damage taken? Thank you, my lad. You did it. That run was actually kind of nasty. And in truth, I actually think it was better to just yeet Penumbra and take the second draw. What the... Unbelievable. You know, 48k, it's a win. We go to the challenge. I want to see where our friend perished. Okay, we did it. Behold my win. What do you got? You took that first relic. Yeah, what's your shards at? 40 into Talos? I mean, that's where I was. So the problem was what? Steelworker, Steelworker. Okay, so you had no offense is the thing. Yeah, so you're not actually strong here. You don't do anything. You also didn't take the ritual, which I think is a horrific mistake, because obviously I think you need that ritual to win. It's one of those cases where you just can't rely on hitting at temples. I mean, look at my run, right? We go over to mine. Look at this. This horrible imp grossness, just 3 fledgling imps. It's fine, I guess, but we played it chill. We ramped up at the end. We used 450 gold with Heaven's Gold to not lose. Look how much damage I took. 85. I leaked that dude. Oh, buddy. Ooh, buddy, it was bad. Last Stand. Turns out, -2 Spell Chain Last Stand is really strong, actually. This card, good. We like good card. Yikes. Well, this run was fun. I mean, the Rail Beater was solid. We got the other multi-strike. I really wish you had seen this Rail Beater first, because he would have double multi-strike, which would have been real cool, but we had 2 of them. It was fine. We even actually used this other Steelworker. He actually kind of landed and did some value. He mattered into Divinity, right? He just genuinely mattered. So that was kind of cool. We totally YOLO'd Penumbra with Shades, with what are they called? Space Prisms. And we hit a couple times, which is Very unnecessary. He didn't matter, right? He dies. It's fine. It's whatever. We were chilling either way. At least on Seraph, we were fine. On Divinity, we were a little concerned. If just having the damage shield dude there, by the way, completely swung that around because Penumbra actually swings on the second floor and also swings into Harvest Wave if he has that early Immortal trade, right? And hits a guy that gives him HP back. So simply by virtue of having no viable pings on turn one, because I had to play things a very specific way, and running into that specific damage shield enemy screwed me over. Obviously, there was a few high rolls, few low rolls, it's fine, but Penumbra can actually do some serious work on that combat with Immortal Trade if you can set him up. And today, alas, we could not. But it's okay, we got it. I think he swings me around a lot in that combat. We take very little damage then because we actually get through the Harvest Wave, which is what we struggled on. We completely leaked that back dude, that Clipped Guardian. He beat my face in. So, but we do it. We did it. It's fine. The run could have been way worse. Last Stand, actually huge. Huge value. So, cool. All right, well, that's, 14 on the series. Love to see it, and that's all I've got for you. So, yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care. I don't know if you noticed, I almost forgot my outro there. Wow, it is tired o'clock in here, 5 a.m. All right, take care, y'all. Whew.